Hey everybody, welcome to Buzzworthy Business, brought to you by Seaside Bank and Trust. I'm your host, Jesse Stakes, and today I have Grace De La Rosa from Living with Grace. Grace, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So I know you've been in our studio a couple of times, but remind our audience what Living with Grace does. What do you guys do?
We do mindfulness and meditation and bring it in to do several things. One is for corporations to help retain employees and increase satisfaction. And what we talked about earlier was increasing ROI in the end.
So tell us about that a little bit. Like let's take a step back into that and talk about how does that benefit businesses? When you say mindfulness and meditation, what does that mean to a business owner? If they're looking to bring you in to have conversations with their employees and with the people, around their organization, what are you looking to bring, and what are you looking to add as far as with value to their organization?
Well, mindfulness is all about in the way we think, the way we speak, and the way we act. And if we can channel in more positivity into the employee, the whole corporation ends up benefiting from it. When that employee is satisfied in their work and in their environment, just like being at home, you tend to keep them a lot longer. You keep them satisfied, they'll keep coming back, they'll be more productive and less stressful. Less stressed out. A lot of people are stressed out. They're overworked, many of us, because we're having to wear several hats, especially with COVID having hit. Many people have had to take on 2-3 positions, but staying in that one major position that they have and feeling stressed out isn't conducive to having a productive team.
Sure.
And mindfulness and meditation, the program of mindfulness would be something like an 8-week program of me coming in, doing presentations and doing workshops with them, getting them to start thinking in a different way so their mindset is a little bit more optimistic.
So does that provide feedback to the business owner as well, to where they start learning more of how to take care of their employees and how to kind of maybe put them in an environment that's more conducive to them being satisfied with what they do?
Yes, very much so. And also, the other portion of that is the mindfulness, the meditation part, which actually heals the brain. So when an employee might be stressed out from not even just work, but from home life, you can rest assured that they're getting a clean slate when they come to work and doing the meditation. Even 5 minutes will show a change in their neurological mapping. It allows them to have new pathways in the way they think, and thus gives them a more creative employee, where they might start thinking outside of the box. And hopefully some employees might be taking the boxes away, so we no longer have to think outside of the box.
Sure. Do you find that it translates into certain industries better than others, or do you feel like it's kind of across the map as far as all types of businesses?
Across the map, from construction all the way to doctors, bankers especially. They tend not to express or emote. It's all this. And what we learn in the research of mindfulness and meditation, it gets you out of that.
Sure.
And it lessens the burden that you might feel if you keep that within you. So another thing too, it connects you to your higher power. We tend not to think about spirituality in an organization type setting, but that, if you think about that, that's the thing that's missing. Everywhere else, that's incorporated into it.
They almost argue for you not to incorporate that a lot of the times into your daily work routine.
You're right. And when we do that, we start dividing that person's inner being from who they really are. And so the corporation is getting half of what they could receive if they were to let that happen.
Sure. Grace, I know you're incredibly passionate about what you do. What brought you into this? What made you, what made you start Living with Grace?
My own personal life. My own personal life with traumas and things of that nature caused PTSD. And I saw that in a lot of organizations, there are employees who are riddled with PTSD without even knowing it. So I decided that I'd like to start spreading the news and helping people not just behave this way, but think this way and live this way. If they can be one person from work and play, how beautiful life would be. You don't have to not pretend,
sure,
but you don't have to put on that other hat. You're just this human being that's good across the board. Continuity is really a beautiful thing to have.
No doubt. How are businesses finding out about you? Is it word of mouth? Are you advertising to them? How are you generating your audiences with new customers, new clients?
I try to connect on LinkedIn. I was talking to Charlene about that with the digital champion stuff. And I really like how this comes into play. I get a lot of feedback through LinkedIn, positive ones, and Facebook. Face to face, I meet people and I'll talk to just about anybody and hand them my card. It's the old-fashioned,
Absolutely.
the old-fashioned way of doing it, really.
Building relationships.
Yes, and that's what it's all about. And businesses could stand to make more relationships that way,
Sure.
Make it more fun, make it more about the person, and then the money will follow.
Well, and no doubt, I mean, we're in a period of transition right now, I think, in our business community, and I think COVID ushered that in. But I think there's an opportunity for people to look at new and different ways to help their employees and engage their employees with their organization. So I think it's wonderful. If people want to learn more about you and your company, where can they find you guys?
Livingwithgrace.net, N-E-T. Or they can call me on my cell directly at 904-386-3634.
Grace, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
If you guys would like to learn more about Grace De La Rosa and Living with Grace, you can join us at jacksonvillebuzz.com. I'm your host, Jesse Stakes, and we'll catch you guys next time.